Good afternoon, everyone. Today has been just a beautiful day. It is just one of those days that you want to be outside. And as I thought about being outside, I was thinking about a friend of mine who has, a loved one that going outside is torture. Leaving the safety of the home is torture. And it's hard for us to understand what that person is going through. It's hard for us to even put ourselves in their shoes when we go outside and just feel surrounded by nature and wonder and just the sun. I mean, as we walk outside, put our feet in the grass and just the smells, it's just wonderful to be outside. But for someone who has maybe a phobia or a mental disease, going outside can be torture. Smelling outside, the sensations, the sounds, the sights, just everything about it can be too much. Let's say for someone who has an anxiety, or perhaps someone with autism, especially if you live in a town that has airplanes going overhead or just lots of traffic, or dogs are constantly barking. Going outside is not a pleasure. For me, I love being outside. I love being around nature. I love just being part of everything around me. But for someone else, that being outside is something they fear, something that causes distress. And when we don't understand something, we tend to try and just ignore it. But let's say you're the parent to that person. Then what? Then we need to take a step back and we need to ask for help. We need to ask the medical community, how can I help this individual? Maybe it's a child, or it's an adult, or perhaps it's an older person. You're the mother, you're the father. You love that person. You want to be there for that person. But what do you do when you don't understand? It's easy for other people who are not directly related to the situation to just walk away and just say, not my problem. I don't have to help. Well, really, the person that perhaps comes to you and talks to you about it is not telling you about it just because they want to ramble on and on. They're confiding in you. They're trusting in you. So that could be a friend, a family member, even your doctor, a nurse. That individual is confiding in you. They're putting their vulnerabilities in what you think into your hands. And it's all about your perception, your life experiences, things that you have gone through, things that you have seen that cause you to respond in that type of a situation. So if you have not experienced anything like that, then you have nothing to go by. You have nothing to really share except the willingness to listen, the willingness to be a friend, a doctor, a nurse, The willingness to say, I am here. I don't understand. And I need you to know that I don't understand. But I am here to listen. And I'm here to know that I am your friend, your family member, your nurse, your doctor, whatever it is. That person that's talking to you about it trusts you with what they're telling you. And they really need you to listen. And they really need you to offer some kind of support, even if it's just to say, can I give you a hug? Or can we talk to that person? Can I meet the person? Can I help? And now it's your turn. Are you willing to take the next step as the parent, as the caregiver, as the loved one that is caring for this individual that has this fear, this phobia, or a mental disease that is hurting them, that's hurting you, and you want to help? Now's your turn. So are you going to let the doctor, the nurse, the therapist into your life? You can do it. You can set aside your insecurities, your vulnerabilities, your concerns, your worries, whatever it is you have, set them aside and help. Accept the help. Because once you take that first step and accept the help, then all the other pieces will start falling into place. And it's you as the parent, the loved one, that is seeking the help of someone, a friend just to have a listening ear, a doctor asking for advice, a therapist who can help, but you need to let them. You need to say, I'm going to take the next step. I'm going to bring my child, my loved one, my sister, my brother, my father, whatever it is, the one that you love and care about, taking the next step. And once you do that, the following steps are easier. And we all have fears and we all have worries about what will others think. But don't let that stop you. People may not understand, but people care. So go for it, do it. This is your time to show that loved one that you know they need you. And you are there to help them and press forward. I am so proud of you for being that person. I'm so proud of you for being the friend that's helping that person. I'm so proud of you for being the nurse, the doctor, the therapist, because you are making a difference. If it's just listening, if it's offering advice, if it's doing a referral, all of those little things add up to huge differences. So one day, I hope you can walk outside with that loved one and say, isn't it a glorious day? Peace, everyone.